Welcome to a special edition of Norwood Digest. We're down at the Winsmith, what do we call it now? The Winsmith
Mill Shops.
Mill Shops, and we're with Sheryl Elliott. And Sheryl, you and I met down here about, 6 or 7 years ago when it first started.
We did.
So give me a little history of the place.
Okay, so back in 2011, I came in with a property management team, and we basically were asked to bulk up the tenant role and see who we could bring in and what we could do with the mill.
And so while I'm driving through today, it looks vastly different in many ways from long ago. What are some of the changes?
So we've made quite a few changes, which are very welcoming. We have the hand-carved sign as you enter. The small guard shack has become a mail house so that our tenants can each have a P.O. box. And then you turn the corner and we have an old Dodge pickup truck which welcomes you with seasonal flowers. We'll do pumpkins in the fall coming up soon, and hopefully Christmas trees. And as you turn the corner, we've also blacktopped the pavement, paved the parking lot, and I guess we'll move down and show you more as we go.
All right. Now, your shop was one of the original ones, and it's still here.
That was part of the original vision, was for me to have a vintage shop here and to make it kind of grow from remarkable cleanouts. And me were the first two people here, and Mark was in on our conversation of let's make this happen.
Right. And so are most of the tenants, the original tenants, still here?
Most of the shop tenants are, yes, most of them are original shop tenants that have been here, but we have grown. We have 14 other buildings on 27 acres here. So a lot of people that come through just think it's the retail shops.
So just, many people don't know what this used to be. So,
okay, so this was a
that goes way back.
Yes. It started in Dedham, Massachusetts, actually, in one home. And Mr. Smith, John Smith, owned it and moved it here like 10 years later and hired Mr. Winslow. And it became Winslow Smith Tannery. And since that time, it operated as a sheepskin, wool-pulling tannery, and they made bomber jackets for World War II here.
Wow.
But they did a lot of other interesting things on the property.
And did I read somewhere that at one time it was the largest in the world?
It was. It was recognized in the early 1900s as the largest manufacturing of sheepskin in the world, which is pretty cool for Norwood, Mass.
I wonder what Mr. Winslow and Smith would say if they walked through here today.
And when you say their names, we are known as Winsmith Mill, but this is Norwood Commerce Center, and Winsmith Mill resides within us. But Winslow and Smith, to honor them, we decided to use both of their names.
Good. So let's take a look and see what's around.
Great.
Okay, so I think it's appropriate, Sheryl, that we start in your shop. And
well, thank you.
It's Ramblin' Rose, I believe, right?
Yes, Ramblin' Rose.
And what do we have here?
We have a mixture of vintage jewelry, vintage and new items that kind of coincide and make our cute, adorable little shop that people want to return to again and again.
So is everything for sale? Like I see you have display cases. If
Everything's for sale, I tell people, except for me and my chandeliers. So I know people want to buy my lights, but as you can see, the electrician actually really did put those in, and they're not just hanging.
Right.
So I don't want to get rid of my chandeliers, but everything's for sale.
Can't say that I blame you.
Yes.
And so we didn't talk about this in the intro, but it's open just Friday, Saturday, Sunday?
Yes, we got special permitting from the town for retail on Friday and Saturday, 10 to 5, and Sunday, 12 to 5.
Okay, and everybody lives with that schedule?
Everybody lives fine with it, and everybody else has other jobs or other things going on where it kind of works for everybody involved, including the shopper.
Right.
I mean, not everyone is out looking to buy vintage or antique on a Monday or Tuesday morning.
So one of the changes, and we're going to see that in a second, is, except for this shop and the one across the street, everything else is connected now.
Every shop connects now and is handicapped accessible, and people can get through from one shop, from Remarkable Cleanouts all the way down to Vintage Peacock, which is nice. And it enables people to not have to go in and out in the rain or the snow, and it works. And then my shop and White Dog Vintage are two little kind of cottagey separate houses that people visit.
Do you know what this originally was used for?
This was a tool crib or a tool house, and there's a big boom, kind of something must have been shimmied up and down through it, but big tooling that they used to pull the wool, I guess.
Not over your eyes, though.
Right,
Okay.
not over my eyes. I've had enough of that.
All right, well, let's go see the rest of the shops.
Great. We're going to actually, if we can, take a peek at my courtyard, which
Sure.
I'm very proud of.
Absolutely.
Ramblin' Rose Courtyard houses Rustic Garden, and Bob's out there now. And it's a nice welcoming when people come in to see all the flowers seasonally. So let's go outside.
Even better. So as promised, we're in the courtyard outside of Ramblin' Rose, home of Rustic Gardens. And Sheryl and Bob are with us. So Sheryl, you and Bob, take it away. Tell us what happens
All right. I want to introduce Bob Trainer. He and his wife Lisa glorify the courtyard here at Ramblin' Rose with their business Rustic Garden. I'm going to hand it to him.
Hi, my name is Bob Trainer. This is a team effort, my wife and I. It's developed over many years a passion of gardening and landscaping. I was a professional landscaper and designer for many years. And as I thought about easing into retirement, and Sheryl heard we were looking for a spot and she wanted something to do a garden theme out here.
Hunted you down.
It seemed to be a perfect fit. So this is all stuff my wife and I have been doing in our own yard for many years, decorating with plants and yard art, and we've always enjoyed the hunt for finding that unique piece, and so it was a natural fit, and that's what we've done here, is try to find unique outdoor pieces, antiques, rusty junk that can be turned into beautiful garden art, and then we add that touch by mixing it with plants. If you look around, we've done everything from putting little succulents in toy trucks to planting big elaborate things and making large sculptures. And what's great is even the do-it-yourselfer that doesn't want to buy our finished artwork can come in here and pick these pieces and pick the plants and make their own creation. And while they're here, they can always pick my brain too, because I've got all this expertise to share on the plant material and what to do and how to use it. And it's a great place to look around, get some ideas, buy the right piece for your garden, or you can also grab something unique and make your own creation.
Yeah, I'm looking at some of the things
Inspiration.
around here. It's pretty cool. I mean, there's a tea kettle that's now filled with, now what kind of
Those are succulents,
okay.
so they don't require much care, just a lot of sun.
and
and-
is that a bedpan?
That is a bedpan. We'll make a planter just about out of anything.
And I'm looking over, knowing how my golf game is going, I think I have a better use for my golf bag than what it's currently doing.
Yeah, we'll make planters out of golf bags. I've done a lot with musical instruments. That's very popular. The Tonka toys.
Yeah.
We've sold a lot of Tonka dump trucks, sold out at the moment, but these succulents, they don't need much soil, so we can put them in just about anything.
Interesting. What's the what would you say is the most unique thing that you've ever worked with?
Oh boy, we've done a lot.
You had that big tuba last
I
year.
have the tuba in the truck. I can put
Yeah.
it out. Just got to slide a plant in it.
All right, so Bob, you know, you're a botanist. You're a legitimate botanist.
Horticulturist,
Horticulturist.
yeah.
Thank you. I knew I wasn't saying it right. So, do you have did you go to school for that? How'd that work?
Yeah, I've got a degree in horticulture, and then I've been in the landscape nursery business for about 40 years. So I've got all kinds of certifications and broad range of experience, which kind of knits everything together.
Mm-hmm. So if you're looking for some advice or pick something up, come down to Bob. He knows what he's talking about, that's for sure. And it's beautiful. Even if you just want to take a look around, it's really beautiful.
Yeah, a lot of people just love coming here to tour the gardens, get some ideas, relax. We don't mind that. You can window shop all you want.
All right, Rustic Gardens. We're going to leave Rustic Gardens and go into the continuity of the shops.
Okay, great.
All right, thank you. Okay, so we're now in the, I don't know what I want to call this, but all the connected shops, and we're starting at the far end with Vintage Peacock, and we're joined by Sarah Lamb, who's one of the proprietors, you and your mother, and I don't know who else.
My father as well.
You want to get to?
Oh, sorry.
Okay, that's okay. So it's a family affair.
Oh, yeah, it's our family.
So tell us about some of the cool things in here. I see we have a Halloween theme in this room, at
Oh,
least.
yeah, we love Halloween around here, and my father wanted this bicycle. This was his whole idea with the skeleton for Halloween this year. It's a family thing. We used to set up a big graveyard in our yard when we were kids. And it's a good time.
Yeah. So this, we were in Cheryl's shop, which is a cute little shop. This seems a lot larger.
Yeah, we have 25 vendors with us at the moment, and they have a lot of stuff.
And is it what kind of, tell us a little bit about some of the things that you have here.
Each of our vendors has a different style. We have a seamstress who makes beautiful pillows and drapes. We have a florist who has beautiful she does arrangements on everything. I mean, if you're looking for Christmas or anything, she's got it. We have classic antiques, some stuff that's imported. You don't know what you're going to find in here.
Right. So tell us a little bit more about you said you had 24 vendors, so tell us a little bit more.
Yeah, each person has varying size of space and varying tastes. We have one woman who's a horseback rider, and you never know what you're going to find in her space. I mean, classic saddles, boots, all the accoutrements. And then you go down, and we have people who just like to collect. They have crazy stuff that they have just been drawn to their whole life, they've been holding on to, and now they're ready to let other people have a little taste of it.
Okay. And have you guys been here since the beginning, basically?
Oh, yeah, we came right after them.
Yeah.
I mean, Cheryl set the tone down here with the Ramblin' Rose, and a few more people filled in, but we were one of the heads. We came down at this end, and we started filling in, and everybody started coming together.
So you were like the anchor store, like Sears used to be.
Yeah, yeah. We're holding down the parking lot, yeah.
All right, great. Well, thanks for joining us. I know we kind of took you by surprise this morning. So. All right, where are we off to next, Cheryl?
We're going to head to the Wandering Mystic.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
All right, let's go. So we're in a really kind of unique shop. It's the Wandering Mystic, and we're joined by the proprietor, Kathy LeMay. And Cheryl, why don't you and Kathy tell us what's going on here?
Sure. So, Kathy, let's tell the people a little bit about what you carry here.
Okay, I carry incense and oils and gemstones and journals and a variety of jewelries, handmade products, just pretty much anything that strikes my fancy, I guess.
And what led you to have the passion to open this kind of a shop for the public?
I wanted an opportunity for people to be able to come in and learn about divining, learning about just in general products that they can use at home for their own mystical reasons. So gemstones that might help them if they have pain or want to work on their chakras. It's just a place to come and learn about a lot of different holistic ways to help themselves.
Excellent. And I know journaling is big these days, so you have a
Absolutely.
lot of different ideas for people to come in and
I do, yeah.
buy journals and add to their journals, things like that.
Right.
You just recently, last Saturday, had she hosted a beautiful fair here with a Mediterranean flair. And you want to just talk a little bit about that and maybe thank the band and the dancers because
yes.
that was amazing.
Yep, Mitch Kalsunis was the band, and he's fabulous. He plays a lot at like Biblos and some other local places. So he came and joined us for the day. It was a unicorn theme, so we had unicorn rides and great food, lots and lots of fun. Let people know that the mill is here, that the shops are here and open on the weekends. And we'd love to see them come down and check us all out.
Excellent.
So Kathy, what's your biggest seller, do you think?
Honestly, incense.
Yeah.
I can sell a lot of incense.
And what do people, is that people light it, is it sort of like to help them relax? Well,
That would be the first thing, yes. For a lot of people, it's just a relaxing, sets a relaxing atmosphere. And there's tons of different scents that you can go with, but the products that I bring are all natural ones. Nag Champa is a huge,
And
huge one. So
forgive my ignorance. So would you use a different scent of incense, like if depending on what you're trying to do?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yeah.
tell me a little bit about that.
So the incense that I carry, actually on some of the labels, you'll actually see things that you can do to create different environments. So this particular scent might create a calming or relaxing, or if you want to awaken your spirits or awaken your energy, you can use other scents. There's also, if people want to go a little bit further and use it for spiritual purposes. So for some people, they like to do what's called astral traveling. They could use particular scents to help them with that.
So tell me what an astral traveler, where would I go?
Where do you want to go?
Good question. Good
Ticket to
question.
Ride.
Yes. So
So is that what Ticket to Ride's about?
That just came.
I know, but it could be.
It very well could be, right?
That would-
I think
that-
so.
She's got a ticket to ride.
All right, so one thing caught my attention.
Yes.
It's like right now I'm at the age where I ache all over. You
Okay.
know? So I heard you talk about gemstones.
Mm-hmm.
How does that work?
So there's a variety of gemstones that you can use. You can actually place certain ones. Headaches are a big one. Using amethyst, actually even just placing it on the crown of your head, has been known to relieve a lot of people's headaches, including, I don't get many headaches, thank you. But when I do, I often use an amethyst and set it on top of my head and just try to breathe. And then probably within about 20 minutes, I'm headache free.
Well,
So-
that's pretty cool. So gemstone, like my shoulders ache every morning. Just leave it there, rub it, what?
Yep, lots of times you can just actually rub it. There's a variety of things you can use, including different oils that you can rub. And then I have rice bags, handmade rice bags that you can heat, and that moist heat after you put the oils on and you place it on your shoulders would actually relieve some of the pain. I also make specialty baths. I have a couple of clients who rely on it now almost on a weekly basis. I make up baths that they can soak their feet in because their feet ache at the end of the day. And as we get older, we all usually get these pains and
Yes,
aches. And,
unfortunately.
yeah, so there's a variety of things that, and I will create for you. If it's not something that I have on the floor, I'll make it for you.
Okay, that's great. Very interesting. Thank you so much for being
Thank
with
you.
us.
Thank
And where are we going next, Cheryl?
We're gonna head into the Salvage Angel.
Okay. We could travel astrally to see the angel.
Yes, I got a
Would you like
ticket
some
to
incense?
ride.
All right, thank you. So we've moved on to the Salvage Angel, and I do remember this shop, and I do remember Susan from the last time we were here. It's huge. It's one of the. Is it one of the bigger ones? I assume, or the.
It is
Yeah.
actually, yes.
And so Cheryl, you and Susan, tell us what we're what goes on here.
Well, we're at Salvage Angel, and I'm going to let Sue explain what she has created over the last few years. It has morphed into this creative, fun, inspirational shop for people to come, colorful shop. And I'm going to let Sue take the mic and
Okay.
talk about what she does best.
So I started in the mill about 7 years ago, and every year my business has doubled in size.
Wow.
The creativity, the people wanting to come and join in what we have going here. The talent is unbelievable. The people are wonderful. So we have over 35 vendors here. We offer workshops and painting classes and
And so just to clarify, so we don't have 35 people here every day, but the 35 people put all of the merchandise, not for lack of a better word, and they're able to show their talent here, but you run the shop. I mean, you guys.
Sue's the shop owner.
Right.
Yes.
Yep. So our vendors have booth space, so they can come in and they stage their pieces. They get to work on their own designs, and they showcase it here.
Yeah, I knew you'd be able to say that better than I just
it gives
did.
the shop the flair that it has because it's so colorful. I want you to talk about your paintings, your angel and mermaid paintings, which are right behind us. They're popped all over the shop, but they speak to me, and I know they must speak to others. I am
happy to say I own my own. That was gifted to me by Susan years ago as a very special gift to me, and I just adore them. So I want you to talk a little bit about what inspires you and your paintings.
So Salvage Angel was born because of my very first angel painting. As a child, I was very creative. I started taking art lessons at age 5, all the way through high school, and then ended up putting it on the back burner, raising my family, and focusing on everyone else but myself. And about a decade went by, and I was really missing and longing that sense of creativity and the gift that I was given. And I knew I needed to use that gift. And I just went out and got a salvage board out of my shed and some paints and a paintbrush, and I just went at it. And literally tears came down my face with that first painting. And I knew this was something. I had no idea where this journey was going to take me. And it literally, people just kept connecting. And then the storefront came, and they just keep reminding me of why I'm here and why I'm doing this. And I just want to encourage other people, use your creativity. It is such a healthy way to be, and it will truly find you your happiness.
And so it's not just angels, because I'm seeing mermaids as well, or are they angelic
I like
mermaids?
anything whimsical, anything kind of fun and whimsy.
Has a folky flair.
Yeah, I've had requests for animals and just everything under the sun. I did actually a beautiful painting of my friend, and her dog had just passed away, so I did my interpretation of her and her dog and gifted that to her. So we do a lot of personal pieces, custom work for people.
But the angels will still drive you.
The angels is definitely the most inspirational for me.
Well, thank you for sharing all of that.
You're welcome.
And for someone who said they were very nervous about speaking, I don't think so.
Well, thank you very much.
All right, Cheryl, where are we off to next?
We are going to head into Holly's place.
Okay, where are we?
We're just about midway.
So after Holly's place,
After
we'll be about.
Holly's place, we'll be about midway.
All right, well, let's go say hello to Holly. So we are now in Holly's place, but when I said we're going to go say hello to Holly, I didn't know Holly was the name of your dog.
Yes, it is.
So it's Ethel's place, but it's Holly's place,
No,
but
it's-
Ethel's the proprietor. So Cheryl, why don't you and Ethel tell us what's going on here?
Sure, this is Holly's place, and Ethel carries the General Finishes paint, and I thought maybe she could talk a little bit about what she does best, and I'm gonna let you talk about what you do.
Okay, thank you. We do a lot of painting of furniture here, and I've been using General Finishes for about 4 or 5 years now, and just found that the durability on the furniture is top quality. So that's what I sell, and that's what I use on all my pieces that I paint.
How do you compare this to chalk paint?
Well, General Finishes also makes the chalk paint.
Okay.
And I use it sometimes. A lot of times I'll use it as an undercoat, actually. But it just, I like chalk paint, and it looks really good. It just doesn't seem as durable as the milk paint, especially on a top surface for a table or a buffet that gets a lot more use. I think the milk paint is much more durable. So that's why I use it.
And so what will you do? You'll take an old piece and
Yes.
you'll straight restore it or make it more fun, or both?
Well, sometimes my husband will strip the tops of furniture pieces and keep it in a natural color, and then I'll paint the body of it, possibly like an antique white or a light blue or something, or just do a mixture, just to bring it up to date. Because a lot of the old pieces, the quality is excellent. Mahogany, walnut, it's beautiful work.
Solid
you know,
pieces like this
solid.
mid-century modern
Yeah.
piece that you made fun and
Yeah.
painted it a nice, fresh, bright white. Is this something you have to wax?
This one I did wax. So it's going to a young woman, and it's a set of furniture that she hopes to keep for many years. And the quality is that she will have it for a lot of years, you know, but it's brought up into, you know, it's just updated with a nice color. It was kind of a dark reddish brown. So that's my thing to paint. I love it, and I do a lot of it.
And so you do it right here.
Yes.
I'm seeing it, and there's a corner of your shop.
Yes.
It's your workshop.
Yes, I do. And also, I just try to share my knowledge with people that come in and just ask me what I'm doing, or they're buying paint. They have a project that they've been kind of afraid to tackle. So I'll always share my knowledge with them. It's you know. It's
Can
what
they
I like to
also
do.
commission you to do a piece for them if they're totally fearful? Would you
Yes.
take a chair or any type of
Absolutely.
furniture set and paint it for them and
Yes.
walk them through it?
I would. Yeah. I last winter, my husband and I painted a whole dining room set for a woman. Her table, chairs, piano, dry sink, hutch, the whole thing. She brought it all here in a moving truck, and had movers come and get it when it was completed for her house. Yeah.
What's the most unique piece that you've ever done? Does one stand out, and maybe it doesn't?
No, I love all the old furniture.
Yeah.
So, you know, sometimes a piece will come in that is in beautiful condition, you know, 100-year-old bureau. I leave it. And I want, you know, some people want that. And if they're made so well, they have matching veneers on the front. So I'll just leave it because people want that too, you know?
I know your main focus is the painting and everything, but I see you have a lot of other things in the shop.
We do.
So
We have 12 vendors, so it brings a variety of different items to the store. Everybody has a different take on what they like, what they have to sell, and they're very smart women, and most of them have another job, so this is their hobby that they love to do.
good.
So, yeah, we enjoy it a
Again,
lot.
so the every weekend hours, the Friday, Saturday, Sunday works for a lot of the headstrong women that are
Exactly.
moms and wives and have other
Yeah.
positions.
Yeah, and just remind people what the hours are, Cheryl.
So it's every Friday and Saturday, 10 to 5, and every Sunday, 12 to 5.
Right.
Okay.
Those
All
guys
right.
work
Well, Ethel, it was a pleasure to meet you,
Pleasure to
and
meet
hopefully
you.
we'll be able to say hello to Holly on the way out,
Okay.
or goodbye.
Okay.
All right. So we've left Holly's place, got to say hello to Holly, which was fun. And now we're in Chanel Shabby Rose, and we're with Mary. And so, Cheryl, first of all, you're Ramblin' Rose, Chanel Shabby Rose. There was no issue with the names.
No issue with the names. Mary and I have a lot in common. We have a love of anything roses. And although my shop was named after my maternal grandmother, Mary has her own reasoning, and I'll let her explain
Sure.
her shop.
Yep. Chanel came from my daughter, Chanel. Rose is my middle name, and Shabby, I love shabby chic. So that's how my name came along.
That's funny. So tell us about, you have an interesting history here. You started as one of the
Yes.
small vendors, so
Yeah,
tell us about
I
that.
started in one vendor with Peacock, and then from Peacock I moved into a smaller space, 600 square feet, and then I moved into another 1,500 square feet. Now I'm at almost 3,000 square feet in 7 years.
So she's part of the family
Yeah,
and has
day
grown with
one.
us, and we're very proud of what she's done and accomplished. And she's all things shabby and in white and beautiful. And what else do you specialize in?
I specialize in, we have vintage wedding dresses, so we have a big selection there. We have vintage clothing, we have jewelry. I also have a big selection of vintage religious statues and rosaries and things like that. Besides shabby chic, we do French country, shabby chic farmhouse, and anything on that kind of menu.
Excellent. So do brides actually come here looking for vintage bridal gowns and bridesmaids gowns along with, I would say, accessories, right?
Yeah,
Veils?
we have accessories and stuff. We've had actual 11 brides go down the aisle with our dresses.
Wow, that's fabulous. And do they send you pictures?
No, we don't. We have a couple, but they've gone far as to New York, South Carolina, so they're all over. But 11 as it is right now.
So if a bride is thinking, all right, I need something blue, something borrowed, something old, they should come here.
Yep, they come here. We have windows, we have doors, we have centerpieces. Right now, the big thing is vintage weddings and simple do-it-yourself, so a lot of people come here. Signs, everything.
And you have a lot of vintage jewelry as well, as
jewelry.
newer jewelry. So
Yes.
it's a one-stop shop. So they can get ideas
Absolutely.
for their table planning settings, their centerpieces.
Yes, we have everything.
And what are some of the other folks that use your space? What's their motif, if you will?
Well, it's all underneath the shabby chic umbrella.
Right.
So we have some that might do more French country. We have some that might do a little bit more natural wood with nature, like flowers and things like that. We have a lot of people that do white. So we have one girl that specializes in mirrors with vintage wallpaper and stuff. So it's all different avenues of the shabby chic.
Cool.
It's not traditionally white anymore.
Yeah. So, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And so it's lovely stuff here. My wife will love this.
And Jack, we're only about halfway through all the
Right.
shops. So as everyone can see, you definitely need. It's a destination, and you
Yeah,
need the time
destination.
to spend, to
Right.
walk through, and really see every nook and cranny.
And the other thing is, every week it could look not totally different, but different enough
Completely
that it's
different.
worth checking it out.
Absolutely. The shop owners switch it up not only seasonally, but the vendors bring in new items during the week and get ready for the weekend.
Exactly.
Since we're about halfway, I'm getting hungry.
Okay.
So let's ship it out to Mike, and he's out there at the food truck, see what's going on.
OMG food truck.
Very good food. I recommend grilled cheese sandwich.
I'm down here at the Winsmith Markets in front of the Old Mill Grill Mobile Cafe with owner, chef, manager, Zach Kimmon. Thank you for coming on.
No problem, thank you.
So I guess the first question would be, why food truck?
Well, honestly, first of all, I was just looking for a summer job, that kind of thing, and didn't know. I mean, I had restaurant experience, and I know that the people who are around here have wanted food here for quite some time. And so it just sort of all came together because they already had some truck stuff available. And I mean, my mom, she wrote a cookbook. She's had so many recipes for so long that we've always been making and everything. So I guess the stars just kind of aligned and it just worked out.
And when did you get this started, up and running?
Our first day was June 9th, so it was early June. We tried to get a little earlier, but I mean, there's just so many things you have to do to set it up. It's a lot of work, more than I expected. I mean, a lot for a summer job. So
Right.
Yeah, early June, that was when we finally got started.
So you started in June, you've been going throughout the summer. How's the business been so far?
It goes pretty well. I mean, there's some days that are better, some that aren't as good. I mean, because they're only open on the weekends here at the shops, and so that brings in
Right.
a lot of crowds. But I mean, we're able to get people who shop here, people who are the shop owners. I mean, my friends come, people who live near, people who are coming from wherever they heard us on Norwood Now or something. So there's a wide range of people, so it makes for pretty good business.
Awesome. And now what everyone wants to know, we can get into the menu. Tell us some of the things that you're cooking down here.
So some things we have, grilled cheese is my personal favorite thing, the buffalo chicken grilled cheese. That seems to be a favorite among people around my age, and because I mean, I just put buffalo chicken on everything, so it works. And then we have cheese steaks. We have a Mediterranean chopped salad on a
Okay.
bed of roasted red pepper hummus. That's one of my mom's favorite recipes.
that sounds
and
awesome.
Yeah, people just love that. And then we have cold brew iced coffee. We'll have different pastries every day. Hot dogs. We have some specials like chowder we had the other day, or
Okay.
tuna salad, chicken salad. So we try to do a wide range of things to try to please everybody around here.
Yeah, I read some of the reviews on Facebook. I saw that the grilled cheeses were to die for.
That's good to hear. I mean, those are the reviews we like to have back. So,
Right.
yeah.
And speaking of Facebook, you post a lot on the specials that you have and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Is that a good way for people to find out what they can get on a day-to-day basis?
That seems like the best way, yeah, because I mean, if we're posting on Facebook, I mean, we can reach up to 3,000-4,000 people sometimes, and I mean,
Right.
we're on Instagram too, not as active there, but I mean, just because the Facebook crowds seem to be a bit bigger, but I mean, yeah, that social media seems to be our best way of branching out to the customers.
Give yourself a plug. What's the Facebook page?
Facebook page, just Old Mill Grill, grill with an E on the end.
Okay.
And then Instagram, the same name, Old Mill Grill, no spaces or anything.
Awesome. And what are the hours that you're open? Because you mentioned you're open on the weekends.
Yeah, so we're open Friday through Sunday, that's gonna be the hours, and Friday and Saturday, it's 11 to 4, and then Sunday is 12 to 5.
Awesome. Is there anything else that you'd want to tell the customers in Norwood?
Nothing specifically, just hope everybody comes on down because we'd love to see them here, and I mean, it's a nice area, and there's so many awesome shops to check out while you're here too, so I mean, we'd appreciate your business, and I'm sure everybody else would. There's a nice place to go eat with your family or kids or whoever with the tables out back, and so we just love to see everybody.
Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you.
I recommend everyone come down here and try out the Old Mill Grill.
All right, Mike, everything looks so good out there. I'm hungry. I'm going to go get a grilled cheese sandwich. Cheryl, you're on your own.
Hey, well, thanks a lot.
Hi.
Hi, we're here with David at Village Vintage and More, and I'm going to let David explain a little bit of how he joined our family.
Hello. I was a vendor here for about 3 years with Diggin' Daisies. Diggin' Daisies moved on to a smaller spot down on the Cape, and I decided to make the leap of faith with Sheryl and Norwood Commerce Center. And I took over the shop roughly 3 or 4 months ago. So I'm now here as the owner of Village Vintage and More. We specialize in everything from mid-century modern to hand-painted furniture, original artwork, framing, antiques, and more. Our slogan is something for everyone.
Great. And you have a lot of unique glassware, I see, David. There's a lot of, crystal is making a comeback. And I have a love of crystal because it matches with everything. Right. So I know that you have a lot of specials sometimes on your glassware and things like that.
We do. We try to keep our prices fair for the community, as well as offering quality handmade. You can see back in the shop, there are already some handmade paper wreaths that are folded by hand that take up to like 4 hours to make one wreath, and we're selling those only at $45.
Beautiful. And also, I'd like to mention, I've gotten some beautiful Christmas ornaments from you that I believe you have your hands in, of the different Christmas themes and saints. You want to talk a little bit about that and when you'll be getting those in?
Okay, those will be coming in roughly mid-October, and I do a line called Heritage Ornaments, and those are particularly Christmas themes and a lot of religious themes as well. And those are porcelain ornaments with baked images into them. They're not decals, they're actually baked in an oven at 400 degrees.
Wow.
Right.
And those are very reasonable as well.
They are. Those only retail at $10.
Perfect.
Right.
Perfect for the holidays.
They
coming
come
up,
boxed and with the presentation ribbon as well.
So come see David down at Village Vintage and More, and we're going to move on. Jack's back. Are you wiping your mouth from that grilled cheese?
I am. It was the best grilled cheese I've ever had. I told them I was looking for something sweet, and they sent me here to get some honey and some penny candy that's up here, too.
Oh.
That we have.
Okay.
Thank you, guys.
So now we're taking a little rest while we talk to Cindy from Remarkable Cleanouts. And Mark is the head guy here, and I remember him from the last time. He's a
big personality.
bigger than life guy. He's out on a job right now, so that means we'll be able to get a word in. So we're here with Cindy now.
I don't know about that.
So Cheryl, help me out here.
Sure. We're at Remarkable Cleanouts, another one of my favorites because I love to poke through and just find just about anything. I tend to go towards a jewelry case when Cindy's here. I love spiritual and religious metals, so I always know where to go and where they're located. But Cindy, tell us a little bit about what you could find here.
Oh, you can find out just about anything here. You can find from Waterford to military things, swords, stained glass, sterling silver. He has an extensive amount of things. Whenever I open a box after a clean out, you never know what's going to come out of it. So it's always a treasure hunt. Bring the family when you come. We encourage families to come because there's stuff from little kids. We have little farm tractors and things like that for kids. We have from New Kids on the Block statues to, we just Beanie Babies, you name it.
Doll houses.
Everything. We have a large variety of doll houses now, and all the little doll figures and stuff and all the things that go with it. So there's a lot of stuff here. I've been a picker for a long time, and I get overwhelmed. So it's really fun though, but we encourage people to come in, and just understand that, when you come in, if you have any questions, just ask us. We're very friendly. And if you get overwhelmed, there's always a comfy seat here at Mark's to take a seat and just enjoy it a little bit.
Great.
And stuff. But yeah, it's fun here at Mark's. I'm lucky to be working here. I used to shop here. Now I work here, so I'm pretty lucky,
So how long have you worked here?
I've only worked here about April. It was a full year, so yeah. So I used to shop here all the time. The joke was, you're there every week, and why don't you just work there? And I said, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
So does that where your paycheck goes?
No, I'm good about that. No. I'm pretty good about that, stuff. But there's some very tempting items because I like everything. I like from old farm tools to ladders to, so I collect a lot of stuff. So being a collector for all years, this is just perfect for me. So if you're a novice, if you're new to collecting, please come in and see us. You're gonna love and plan to spend a couple hours here easily.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff all over the place here, from couches to dining. Hitchcock, this right here is a beautiful Hitchcock set that we have. We have from Hitchcock to Cushman right there. I mean, if you look around, everywhere you look, there's something different for everybody.
So one thing you said, you never know what you're going to find in a
Oh, my
box. So
gosh.
what's the strangest thing you've ever found in a box?
The strangest thing that I found might have been, I think it was a set of transferware. It was purple, and it was just in a box, and the box was so tattered, and there was like just a lot of stuff on top of it, newspaper. And I started to open it up, and then I started to see how beautiful it was, and when I started to wipe it, it was really amazing. It was this purple transferware, and it was worth like about $400.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, and then I was like, maybe I should get it. And then I said, no. It's very tempting, and stuff. And it's tempting when you come in here to shop because there's so many items. But, if you get too many items and get overwhelmed, we help you go through. And, if you have trouble, maybe designing something or setting or staging something, we help you with that, and stuff. Well, we get movie companies that come in here and shop us. So, we get stagers, we get professional real estate stagers. And,
What was the last movie that came through for props?
Equalizer 2 was the big one. Some Netflix one, I think, had come in recently too, Rachel and them. So
And it's
yeah,
fun to watch those and actually see items that we've seen on the floor. It's exciting. Is Mark still having his auctions?
Well, he just had one recently. We did one with some other people in the mill here, and that worked out very, very well. And we have a space downstairs that's a dedicated auction space. We're going to get that up and running soon, and we're going to have dedicated auctions. And that's always a fun time. On a Thursday night, they run here and stuff, and that's always fun.
And I'd like to say to people they can call Remarkable Cleanouts. All of the shops have their own Facebook pages, but we have launched our new website, winsmithmill.com, and you can click on that and find out what else is here. It's a huge community, a nice community that has lots of small businesses, as well as you can click on the shops, click on music, entertainment, and see what we're all about.
And that fair last weekend, they had the Enchanted Fair. That was really nice. You saw the kids out there riding the unicorn, and stuff, and they had games for them, and it's very family oriented, and stuff. So it's a good, I recommend Remarkables.
Very good. So, Cheryl, this is the last of the contiguous ones.
This is the last of the shops as far as that are all connected, and then we will head outside and head to White Dog Vintage, which is
you're in for
separate.
a treat over there, Kathy's. Yeah, it smells like a shop, like you're walking into Paris. You just open up the door and you hear these sounds and all the sparkles and the smells. Very nice over there. Yeah.
Thank you,
All right,
Cindy.
thank you so much.
You're welcome.
As luck would have it, as we were walking out to go to the next place, we ran into Nancy Barron, who's from Kentucky,
Lexington, Kentucky.
another Commonwealth, by the way.
Yes.
And why are you here?
Probably 10 years ago, my friend who lives up here and I came in here. I come in here once or twice a visit yearly. I find things here you could not find anywhere else in the world, and I can afford them.
Wow.
And I have a crush on Mark.
A lot of us do. He gives a great hug.
Yeah, he does. He does.
So for you, every time you come up here to visit your friend, or even do you come just to come here sometimes? Shh, okay, sorry.
It's great. If you were looking for a 6-footed platypus in crystal, it would be here.
She's not kidding.
I'm not kidding.
What is your greatest find that you have gotten here?
Lalique cats. I have 3 cats, and I have found many Lalique cats here, and I could afford them, and it's wonderful.
Wow.
And treasures that I didn't even know I needed. Yeah.
That's wonderful. And how do you get them home?
My friend ships them. We're giving UPS a lot of business these days.
Wonderful, wonderful. And what is the smallest thing you have found here?
A very small Lalique cat.
Oh, so we have a cat lover here. Okay.
But purses, china, pieces of furniture you don't know what to do with. It's wonderful. I mean, really.
Great.
We have nothing like it in Kentucky, and I'm a devout Southerner, and yet here I am.
I know. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to be with us.
Pleasure to meet you.
I'll just expect a 10% discount.
I'll give you double what I get.
Oh, okay.
So we're in the last shop. It's another one like yours. It's separate from the contiguous one. But I don't remember it being a shop last time we were
It
here.
was not, Jack. This was the management office for Norwood Commerce Center, and it has since become a beautiful Victorian home of White Dog Vintage.
Okay, and Bree of White Dog Vintage is here to join us. So tell us about this shop.
Well, we sell everything from Victorian repurposed furniture. Most of our stuff is pretty old. We have all vintage ornaments. We have vintage furniture. My boss, she works very hard to kind of find everything that kind of has a home here, and we can hope to, I guess, kind of make people's houses a little bit brighter.
Yeah, I mean, it's a varied amount of stuff. So let's talk about some of the things around the shop. Like, is that a bunch of cards? What's that?
Yes, we have vintage postcards. I'm not sure where they're even from, but a lot of them, we have vintage, even stickers. Everything, I guess, here she's just kind of saw, and it just found a place in her heart, and she just kind of
Sure. And it's what are we in? September. It's September
Yes.
29th. Happy birthday to my sister Jean. But we got some Christmas
Always
stuff.
Christmas,
It's always
beginning of
Christmas here.
September.
Okay, very good. And these are
mostly vintage. I believe all of these are, most of them actually are vintage. I think not many of it's.
yeah, because they don't. Like I remember these kinds when I was a kid with
Yes.
you don't see those anymore.
And we have a bunch of vintage like shaped ornaments.
Uh-huh.
I mean, we have Christmas, Halloween, we have all the holidays kind of going on right now.
And I'm noticing eggs over here.
Yes, those are real eggs. I believe they're quail eggs.
Oh, wow.
Yes, they're very fragile. They've been drained of the yolks and everything.
Was it Vienna? It's the big egg place. I think it was Vienna. And all of the shops have.
Austria is very into that.
Yeah, is that?
ornate
So I
eggs,
was
all
right.
that kind of
Jeez,
stuff.
even a blind squirrel finds a nut every once in a while. But anyway, what else we got here? We have a lot of
Oh,
glassware
yes.
and
We have glassware. We have everything from silver to random cutlery. At most.
Lots of different salters.
Yes, we have a crazy amount of ornaments right now, mainly because Christmas is
Right.
coming. You know, the holiday is the happiest time of the year. But we have candles, we have soaps. I know all these candles we have right now in that cabinet behind us are all homemade by a woman, I think out of Blackstone. I'm not 100% sure. Even the candies she gets, she makes sure she loves everything.
well, thanks for being with us.
Of course.
And we finished up our our travel today.
We have.
And let's just remind everybody once again about the hours and.
So we're open every Friday and Saturday, 10 to 5, and every Sunday, 12 to 5, along with the Norwood Art Association on the 3rd floor of Building 23. They carry the same hours. I think they close at 4 instead of 5.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Cheryl, for
Oh,
this.
you're very
It's
welcome.
great, and I just want to thank the great crew at NCM, Cheryl, Bree, everybody that we talked to today, and mostly to thank you at home for allowing us into your living rooms. Good day, and keep safe.